for Professor Architect Rafiq Azam.
Okay, great. So first of all, good afternoon, everybody, and thank you very much for inviting me. I'm really, really honored, humbled. Thank you, Ravi and Omkar and Patang Saab. Thank you very much. So I'll be using most of my watercolor painting and architecture together. And so allow me to start. Thank you. It's coming back home. Huh? I begin with my home, Bengal. Bangladesh is, as you know, Bangladesh is one of the largest delta on earth, and actually receiving a huge amount of water from Himalayan side, which is Ganges Plain and Brahmaputra Plain, which is not less than more than 2 million square kilometer water coming and into a small land, which is 150,000 square kilometer area. So it's a 13 times larger area water it's receiving. That's why, I'm a watercolor painter also. That's why I do watercolor painting as a Bengali architect, which is very, very normal actually. So if I say that we don't have actually land in Bangladesh, we have basically water. We don't think so. That's why we make water our enemies, and we try to make roads and highways and elevated expressways to avoid water, and which made us really devastated. We should think ourselves as a fish probably, then we could have sustained further and much easier. And when monsoon comes, it takes thousands of rivers, channels taking water from Himalayas into Bay of Bengal. And when monsoon comes, it inundates 2/3 of the country's land, depicting water as major element of landscape. But interestingly, when water recedes, it leaves fine alluvial soil, and the entire landscape transforms into large patches of paddy fields and then dancing with the winds. So obviously, when we do watercolor, the architecture is something like watercolor. To me, philosophy is always water. So today I'll talk about more like water. That's why probably it will be a journey by boat, so I can see everything by water. So let's take a journey by boat. Another small sketch by me. Let's start with my office first. Small office we have. A couple of people, 60 people working over there, and some other countries also together. And this is where I work. My office in Satulto Architecture for Green Living. I'm very much thankful to all my colleagues who are actually helping. Architecture is not alone. It's all about a lot of people together. This is a office photograph. And we work a late night most of the day. So we used to see this scenario and some of the inside situation. But most importantly, I got a gift from my mother in 1988 when I started designing my home in Old Town, Old Dhaka. My mom wanted a house which was with the memory of her and ours, like a courtyard and a small garden. She wanted to stay upper floor, but he asked me that can you produce a garden and the upper floor and the courtyard upper floor. I want to stay up with the better view and better light and air, but not on the ground. But I want my greeneries, my courtyard with me going up. So I was a student third year, but even then I designed. It was very, very tricky thing for me. I was very scared at the time. But even then I designed that as the whole Dhaka, very dense, colorful, narrow alleys. But I created the house, which is the upper floor, the garden. You can see the courtyard. You can see, which is similar. Which is a memory from the old house. And this is what she spent for 25 hours, years actually, and then she died also. So this memory is refreshing for me all the time. And then I learned how I became confident, and I became very much of, into it, taking the green, because I believe if I go up and up and up, I can't go alone. I need my belongings. I need my greeneries, my waters, my birds and butterflies, and everything should go with me, 100-story up, no mind, I don't mind, but I want my belongings. This is how I started, so I'm going up. This is the 5th level of a house, and we created, this is how we do the detail, a lot of earth and, plumbing system and everything, and this is the tall trees coming up. And this is another house. I'll go quickly some of the things actually, because I want to talk something else which I'm not showing here. Just my journey, all about greeneries and patch of water. And this is the level 4 of 5 of a house, but it's turned into an untamed garden. And this is the same house. Some of the interiors. And this is the patch green. This is another small house, very small house, I think 200 square meter land area, but it's still, the refreshing things, connecting the nature or creating the nature. This is a painter, a famous painter of our country, painted the gateway of a car entry. So we can convert the whole street exhibition gallery painted by different artists from the country. Lalon is one of the most famous philosophers of this area. He influenced the whole world, postmodern architecture, postmodern philosophy, who says if there is not one thing inside your body, then it is not outside the body either. So your body is comprehensive, complete actually. So what is the relationship with architecture? Architecture is similarly like human body. We create a body envelope, and we have a soul, the mind comes into your body and going out of it continuously, dialogue going on. Sometimes your mood is off, sometimes you're angry, but it's all coming inside you, the thoughts, and going out of you. Like architecture is an envelope, and the whole mother nature coming into it and going out of it, the rain coming, the sun coming, going out of it, the fragrance coming, So everything is coming, going out of it, so this becomes architecture together. So that's why one of the project we did, these are probably many people saw this project. I mean, in magazine probably. This is a European, the best award winning project. So, you see, the silence is the language of God. Rest are all poor translations. Rumi says, and some of the courtyard, water court, which is our philosophy is refracting and. Greenery is coming aboard beside a stepped ghatla. Now this is what Bengaliness, is coming into the contemporary world. And this is the winter time when sun inclines further to the south, and when returns the light, as Rumi says, when light returns, it takes nothing back from you what it illuminated actually. So it's beautiful when sun returns, it turns into something else. And I was trying to understand that modern time, the postmodern, modern industrial romanticism. I use a lot of industrial issues like steel and glass, but it's still coming up with a lot of plantations together and creating a sort of post-industrial romanticism. So this is what. But importantly, in all part of Dhaka, what I learned actually, you see, yesterday actually, he was also on a sharing, that in your part, all part, there is a, you say Otla probably, So we say Mayor, which is actually a transitional space in between street and house. That means the house owner actually trusts you. They allow you to sit there, and they say, yeah, you're my guest, you can sit, you can have a cup, a drink, glass of water, some pitcher is there. So all the houses you see, there's no sort of boundary wall. So boundary wall is a symbol of, disrespect and distrust. We don't trust other people, we put boundary wall, we put barbed wire, we put beware of my dog. In USA, they will write arms response. They'll kill you. As the law says, nothing will happen to the killer. So this is how we develop the disrespect and distrust. So we thought, why not think like Rumi? Yesterday I was clever, I wanted to change the world. Today I'm wise, I'm changing myself, I'm changing my design actually. So we developed certain things long back, almost 25 years back. This small, instead of boundary wall, sitting benches and birds can come, children can come, Neighborhood people can come and sit and discuss around. House owner also feels, like connected to the neighborhood. So this is, and then I started using boundary wall as a glass wall, because glass telling you that it's fragile and vulnerable, but you can see inside all the landscape, basically, the house owner's landscape. So you are part of the community, you are giving community something back, not only taking from the city only. And so I'm telling people that I trust you, I respect you, and you can see it. I know you'll never break it down. So when you respect other people only, you deserve respect back from the people. And this is another work we have done. You can see it's connected to the street. People can see this landscape. And then I started doing something that feels like architecture can be social sculpture. So the whole building turns into sort of sculpture, crafted. The concrete is crafted, And we are doing now a project which is little bit of more steel, concrete, crafted in the society as a sculpture. And this is one project we just completed. I'll quickly go. This is the sketches, and this is outskirt of Dhaka, Bangladesh, which is the north part of Bengal. And this is completely connected with the nature, the field, the people are walking, people seeing this landscape, and morning sun coming with his facing. To utilize the sun, the neighborhood, the wind, summer wind. And we also created something that bird can come and sit without any hesitation. And this is the extension of few things. And finally, our photographer got the bird. This is my photograph. When there's no bird, I was unhappy. But my photographer got birds, a lot of birds. And the last slide from the western side. And so we are doing couple of, like Glenn Market says, touch the earth lightly. When we do architecture, we basically try to destroy the land, basically. So if we do something like this, a boy is happily rolling down on the beautiful soft landscape, none of them actually destroying anyone. They're complementary to each other, they're enjoying each other. So we tried sort of thing, why not putting things very humbly, very gently. This is a IT, training center for the young people. With that community, we're doing a lot of projects like that, maybe 14 sites we have. And this is what the keeping the landscape more or less intact, not cutting the trees, But when we move to academy, where the essence of education is knowledge, but the essence of humanity is love, His Highness the Aga Khan says, and the Aga Khan Academy we did, we just first part completed now. He wanted the Bangladeshi, the historical Bengal brick, how they use thousands of years. We wanted to do that because this is what you can see, one of the universities of Bangladesh. It is almost like 2,500 years old Buddhist monasteries, university. So we wanted to connect the history because people think Bangladesh is not very educated, Bangladesh is a poor country sort of, which we were sometime, after the Liberation War 1971 against Pakistan. But actually Bangladesh is the most richest country in 2001, year one. 2000 years back, you go through the list, Bangladesh is the first richest country, and second was Greece, and then Rome, that's not Italy, and then fourth was India. So this is what Bangladesh actually. So wanted to prove and tell the students, young minds, that Bangladesh is the one of the most richest and intellectually rich country in the world, beside Greece and Rome. This is one of the examples. This is the 8th century one. We have also 3,000 years, almost 2,500 years old. So the whole planning came from the same similar sort of courtyard, archaeological landscape, use of the brick, And this is what is happening there. And similarly, we utilize the model by the earth. And this is the Buddhist monasteries plan all around the monks' houses. And the middle is the energy. So this is what came up. This is see the archaeological landscape. And you can see the water we can collect rain time, heavy rain, like 300 millimeter rain, huge rain. It can collect a couple of hours. And children can come and play with the water, and the boards, paper boards, they can play, they can dance. They used to do a lot of programs. I can see they're doing some programs. This is, in school actually, we need to do something, not teaching, but they will learn actually. This is we call didactic learning. So they can learn. For example, this tree is actually name is Butia menasperma. But the first coat, entrance coat, the first 4 tree, Butia menasperma, which is a palace actually we call, probably red flower comes, flame of the forest. But this local name is dhak tree. And the Mughal came 400 years back and they found thousands of dhak trees in old Dhaka is full of dhak trees. They asked, what's the name? People say dhak tree, then they call it name the city Dhaka. So this is how they can learn children the name of the city, but not by book, by anything, but through these plants. So the sunlight is coming inclines in the summer, the wind is coming from that corner. So whole south is the classrooms getting the sunlight, and in the winter and summer, the wind. This is how, we develop the school. And then I'm remembering, if you miss the train I'm on, you know that I'm gone. I hear the whistle blow 100 miles. Famous 100 miles and 100 miles. So let's move on. I'm gone. I'm going far away from out of our country. And I came to Bhutan. Bhutan is Bhutan is one of the beautiful country and the carbon negative country. It produces more oxygen than they have. Only the law is very simple. They only build 30% of the whole country, so that every land will build maximum 30%, 70% open. Our land is same, which is 1.5 acres of land, 30% built, 70% open. But this is one of my watercolors, and I did because I found that all the water from Himalayas, actually southern side, is all the way traveling, ending in Bangladesh, in the Bay of Bengal, which is happening for scientists. Many scientists says 30 to 40 millions of years this is happening actually. So we are the recipient, the last 10, and Himalaya belongs to Bhutan, and Bay of Bengal belongs to Bangladesh. This is our relationship, diplomatic relationship, our religious relationship, every relationship. So this is going to be Bangladesh Chancy complex. We wanted to find out the relationship, how we can relate ours, and the positivity should be there. And then we found this is what is happening, is collecting all the water. And we have not only receiving from Bhutan actually, we gave Bhutan a beautiful thing. There's Atish Dipankar in, this is 3 BC, you see I was talking about. And you see, this is the man, Atish Dipankar, 11th century. He actually traveled to Tibet. He became the first Dalai Lama who declared he's not ready to accept that address. That's why nobody knows him as Dalai Lama, but he is the first Dalai Lama actually. And he spread it all over the world, northern side, all over the world. Buddhism is the right format that people are using in Bhutan. And this is how Bhutan is very happy with us always, because they receive something from us. They are celebrating now as a peaceful nation. So this is a give and take we found, and then we designed. Then we found the Choton, which is a very beautiful structure, and you have a beautiful entrance, Torana, and they have a windows, amazing windows. There have a eave coming out. There's a courtyard. So all the things we studied, and then we studied, how many days they're actually getting sunlight. And very interestingly, they have summer, which is only average 17 degrees in summer Celsius, which is a beautiful, 17 degrees, beautiful temperature in the summer. And winter, it goes down almost 1, 2, sometime, quite cold actually. So heating is a problem, not cooling is a problem. So we design in a way the whole thing, the sun inclines, you see the, and latitude you see quite high, 2000 above the sea. So we have, this is our land, and we calculated the sun is moving, southern side is so inclined that it can take sunlight inside So southern window is very important, large windows important to get sun inside. And the summer it just little bit eave hanging to not to allow the sunlight to enter into the building. So this is how and then allowing this beautiful green Himalayan part must be seen from the your entrance point or every point of possible of your project. So this is a beautiful scenario. I was walking and I was thinking I cannot design anything which will, the walking from the street I see the beautiful Himalayas, but beautiful building coming and hiding the Himalayas from the people of the community is not correct. So we have designed something different little bit, but we followed the Bhutanese rules and regulations, because in a country Bangladesh they could be different, because only for the chancery you can build something different, otherwise no, you cannot build anything different from Bhutanese rule. But we said no, we will not do anything different, because Bhutanese economy is small, people going there to see Bhutanese landscape and the buildings, simple buildings. We cannot build something American, something New York, something modern, to destroy the economy or the landscape of Bhutan. So we declined. We said no, we'll design as per your rules. So we have to learn all the Bhutanese rules and regulations. So this is my friend Supreme Court Christopher Veninger's design, just opposite my small land, looking for the green Himalayas. This is the sketches. You can see what the design actually came up is basically we designed a courtyard, which is a water court, which is shallow, very shallow, 200 millimeter deep, but actually is focusing in the Himalayas with the infinity edge, because my land is going down, so I can see from here the edge, infinity edge, the water and the hill, actually the mountain coming up. So this is what mountain can see, that what he created, the Bay of Bengal, is in front, at the feet of Himalayas. And then whole Himalayas shadow and the reflection into the water is holding the whole Himalayas, the Bay of Bengal. So this is the relationship developed over there, and we thought this is the best relationship we have from many, many millions of years. And then we calculate all the sun path and everything, and you can see inclination. And then we come up, 2 is the courtyard, central court. And this is the top view of the 3D model, you can see. And this is what finally came up, the whole Himalayan, reflection. And this is what we created on the roadside, a puncture, a huge torana, open, and collecting the whole, the Himalayan part and also the Bay of Bengal on the ground. The people walking there only see if I can make a glass boundary wall, as I did many places. So I think this is the first chancery complex probably in the world we putting glass boundary wall, because everybody putting barbed wire and all the military equipments to show people that don't come close. But here we are telling people to come close and have a look. What is the relationship we develop, this natural relationship many millions of years. So you will see people normally stand there, take photographs and enjoy the relationship. This is no more a building for the diplomats, it's a building for the people of the community. Both the country's people, common people will enjoy this actually. So this is a cultural diplomacy rather than political diplomacy. So this is the building from sidewise. This is the coffee shop. You come out, you see, you can see the Buddha, the statue, the biggest statue over there. we moved to Pakistan with my boat, and you see Bangladesh has the fight, and millions of people died with Pakistani war 1971. How to behave with them actually? Building belongs to Pakistan. Building belongs to Bangladesh, but the land belongs to Pakistan. So it's a marriage. You can't say that no, I can't do that. And this is a diplomatic relationship Bangladesh and Pakistan decided to develop. So as an architect, how to react, how to respond actually. So I had to do a lot of research actually, and we found that 5,000 years back, Mohenjo-daro was the oldest civilization of the world, and Bangladesh is also having 3,000 years and more than 3,000 years of Bengal civilization. Is basically common in one sense. Is nothing left. Is archaeology. Nothing left except archaeology, and they all use brick basically. So I thought, why not? You see the sketch, my project is just beside 1 kilometer away from the Margala hill, which is 7,000 feet tall, and my Bangladesh is always flat land. So this is a flat versus vertical. So this is the sketch, and you see the model, the flatness and the verticality. And this is, we use the Lahore brick, Gutka brick, which is very close to archaeological senses. So we develop the idea, this will be a meeting ground of two great civilization, an archaeological landscape, nothing else. This is how we sorted out the diplomatic issue, rather than talking Bangladesh, Pakistan suddenly became friends. So this is what is going on this month, and it will be completed. I'll be going in January. So this is the huge parasol you can see we develop, which is 500 feet long concrete super roof with puncture to allow the 52-degree sun, little bit of inside, and the whole water body here. And this is going to be a water body, and taking the sunlight little bit, and winter sun also, and the breeze and the rain also there, a good amount of rain in Islamabad. And you see the aging is the glass, like an age of your nail. So there is a glass aging also. And then we move to cultural heritage in Medina. We are working on a large project which is very big. I think is $4 billion US, something like that. It's still working on. The first plan has been approved by the mayor of the city. This is what we are trying to do. We are replacing the heritage actually, the garden, Khajur Bagan, the date palm trees, all replaced and gone. Again, this land which was originally farmland, again we created the similar farmland but above the ground, and ground is free for many other things. And we completed two small, in Bahrain, a small bungalows. And in Malaysia, we did the first, the green building, their history. This is the first building we did in 2012, 14 completed. This is a tall, columns because they don't have any problem with earthquake. And all the details has been done accordingly, and this got certification of platinum. And we went to Canada, the constant happiness is curiosity. Alice Munro, who is a Nobel laureate, she wrote. And we are actually very, very much curiosity. We have how the changes in the climate and temperature goes 40 degree to minus 20, 25 degree. It's very interesting. In summer it's so beautiful, so beautiful. And in winter it's absolutely different. And in fall it turns into extremely colorful. And this is how, now I remember the song Country Road Takes Me Home to the place I belong, to the place, the old Dhaka where I belong. So I came back home, This is the reason I named this lecture Coming Back Home. And I turned my boat, I gone far away from Bangladesh to Canada, pole, North Pole, and then I thought, because I saw whenever I'm going back to old Dhaka, my friends, getting older like me, and they are not, many of them not doing great, and the city is really devastated, and they're always proud of me, though I haven't done anything for proud of them. I don't have my proud for them, but they are proud of me. They say, Rafiq, you're doing great. I saw you. I say they are in Canada and India and so places, but I saw they are failing out, they are sad, nothing in this life. So I thought I should work with them, and this is what I found in all part of Dhaka. This is absolutely not acceptable, in fact, but it's still colorful, it's still full of people, still full of life and activities. And then I thought, this is one of my watercolors, and I thought architecture should for all. And then I first started one public building, which is a mosque actually, in between terrestrial and celestial. This building belongs to the oldest graveyard, which is the northern side, the oldest and largest graveyard of Old Dhaka, Ajimpur graveyard. And the building is southern side is the road. So I thought the building can be a connector in between terrestrial and celestial. This is the noisy one, the south side, full of life. And you can see this is full of, noise and life, all terrestrial, all material. And the other side, if you see, absolutely tranquil and silent, nobody talks there, all sleeping over there. So in between, this is the best place you can create something where you can go and pray, you can connect both the world together. So this becomes an in-between space, threshold space. And this is what from the road, so we open up a courtyard which is a shan. Shan is Mughal mosque supposed to have, similar shan. And you can connect both the side from the road also. And this is the courtyard, and there is a bridge. As per Quranic verse, there is a bridge to connect and go to the heaven. So this is something like that. And inside, we don't have any imam's place, so it's all plain and all the light coming. It's a glass floor, reflecting the time. And you can see the graveyard, but the other side you can't see the road. There is a jali work. And then we did another project, which is, I saw the project, we went there to do a small, not a small, moderate, large field, which belongs to the community, but basically the community belongs to the Hindu community. For many years, many hundreds and thousands of years, it belongs to Hindu community. They have Kali temple, they have their crematorium open to sky. But nowadays, lot of Muslim people went there because population increased dramatically, and they don't like open to sky cremating bodies, which is probably logical in one sense and logical, not logical the other way, that where to go, where these people will go, where they will cremate. Only in Dhaka is having 2 crematorium, one is this. So they cannot go anywhere suddenly. So they become gradually not friendly each other. They're becoming sort of enmity coming up between them. And when we saw the field, we declined. We complained the government that we cannot do the field. This will create more problem because who will going to control the field, beautiful field? So let's develop their requirement first. Hindu community, they should have a crematorium inside of the machine, everything, and they should have other things like pond. So you can see this is the pond they had, which is completely filled up. Nobody cares. And then all the illegal shops coming, political power, they produce all these things for their money. And it was so challenging for me. I was working with the city authority, and this became so difficult for me. I had to fight with the community, the leaders, the political leaders. I had to do the negotiation. So I developed art of negotiation. I created 4 wickets and 1, 2, 3, 4. How to fill the wickets in one after another. So I have a lot of, my book is coming next from New York this month, end of the month. It will be explaining a lot of things. So this is one of the project. And finally I had a tough time with the political leaders over there. And these all need to be removed and replaced some other places, some of them not possible, some possible. We did so and we cleaned it up, and then finally we converted this into this. And the rainwater comes and it filled up by the rainwater basically. And this is now becoming a beautiful place for the whole community, and you can see a new crematorium has been built, where the machine is there, they can cremate, so nobody is fighting now. And Muslim also, there's something we develop for them over there, side by side. So this is the field, you can see what was a very bad situation. Not children can play actually, it's very accident prone. So finally, you can see the old photographs. The backside is actually the open to sky crematorium. That place has been replaced by that new building. And now it converted into that. You can see the crematorium. They have a Hindu graveyard, small, that has been developed over there, because Hindu, they don't bury the children, and also they say that the people who is actually cremating other people, they're not supposed to be buried. They should be buried, not cremated. So these are the discussions happening continuously with me at the time. And now you can see this Muslim development. They have a mazar where they have a library, gymnasium, coffee shop, public toilet, and the other side the Hindu, and the pond and the field all together. So this is very sad to see that 400 years back Mughal came to Dhaka and they created Bagh, Lal Bagh, the garden, the green garden over there. We took 400 years to create another small piece of public space, and it's very sad. And this is river Buriganga, completely polluted. You can see we're struggling with this river. But the memory, but the poetry all started coming back, fishes are coming back, and people are actually angling and enjoying time. This is the last project I'm sharing with you. This is another piece of very difficult project I have done, Rashur Bagh revitalization. Scarcity to abundance. This is all about scarcity. This is the way to go to the park, only way go to the park. 1 meter narrow alleys, and this is flooded during the monsoon. And not flooded, then it's more difficult to see these dirty things. It's so unhealthy for the children particularly. And then we went close to the park, and then you can't see the park, because the park, there is a wall to protect the park, which never protected, and inside is all about selling drugs, inside all about doing all the illegal things, but protecting park with a gate and wall. Though the gate is always broken, but it's written is only open 6 o'clock in the morning. This is a 6 o'clock in the evening to the community. Actually, it's a broken gate, and we are watching it as a spectator. And then there's only one drain. Nothing can be taken. We have rain, 350 millimeter rain. Many of the countries you'll see they have rain, probably yearly rain is 350 millimeter, whereas Bangladesh is having 1 day, 1 hour rain, 350 millimeters. So one May rain comes, is completely flooded, and it stays like weeks and weeks, and distorted water. And then all the mosquitoes, dengue, and waterborne diseases for the children is happening for last 30, 40 years. This is happening. They are crying and never resolved. And as an architect, I cried one day with them, because I'm an architect. I'm not a musician. It's not my job to solve all the problems suddenly over there. But when I was coming back from the site, I literally felt, if I now going back, nobody's coming to solve this problem. Probably next 100 years they'll be suffering. Let me try for the last time. Let's see if I can do something. And then I started another struggle and negotiating all the people, politicians, bureaucrats, local people, and the contractors who built this one finally. And then this is the point where I literally cried. The day I cried when I saw this girl going to school. And this is the building belongs to one political party. That political party no more exists now, They hold this building, doing nothing, only their office and taking drugs. I had to pull them out from there. That was a big challenge for me. And Vincent van Gogh says once, writing a letter to his younger brother, Theo, there is nothing more artistic than to love people. Van Gogh didn't get love from the people. We know the history of Van Gogh. But he says, means it is important to, love is important. So we started talking to the people, angry people, young people, old people, most people, whatever possible, the same road, now we converted. So a lot of discussions happened. And then finally we found few important things. One is this, the water. They have a crisis of water. Drinking water? No. But there are tons of water coming every day. We calculated one rain, 200 millimeter, we can get 400,000 liters of water one day, 1 hour. So we dug a aqueduct, we created aqueduct. This land is very small, very small. This is not a big land. So walkway all around, actually there is a duct below. All the water connected, taking into the duct 400,000 liters of water. And then this we started building. And then we cannot take material inside, so concrete slabs we just created over there and cover it with this, we can remove it, we can clean it, and we can put it into position. And yet poetical when dwells on earth, Heidegger says, we all coming here doing lot of things, and one day we'll raise our children, we'll do a lot of things, and we'll say, thank you, bye-bye. This is the poetry of life, Heidegger explaining his writing. So we dismantle the disrespect and distrust, the first thing, the boundary wall. So we collected the water, and next, dismantling all the walls and telling people it's yours. You take the responsibility. And you come at 3 o'clock in the morning, you feel good, you come, you feel sad, you come and cry here. It's yours. Nobody is going to tell you it's this morning open and evening close. So this is giving the opportunity, giving the ownership to the community back, and also engage them to take the responsibility of this park. And then it turned into this finally. And now its rain is no more a pain. Rain is a celebration. All collected rain under the walkway, and children are playing, and they are very happy. The rain, too much of rain means that too much of drinking water coming back, because we converted drinking this rain water in the aqueduct, collecting to the filtering system, and then giving back to the community as a drinking water as free. So we call it's a gift from the park to the community, the drinking water. And this is the old photograph, all the trees we kept as it is, and then it turned into this actually. Abundant turned into abundance. And here all the trees planted by the local children, and all are very simple, humble fruits basically. They can pluck, they can eat from there, all the children and birds can come, and also they can eat the food. So this is how the birds and children come together, and we call it, let the children run after butterflies, not drugs. And this is what is happening nowadays. They are enjoying themselves, every weekend they are doing something over there. And the whole community actually engaged, and their economic growth is coming up a little bit, because all the houses rent increased 25% from the previous actually. So economic growth, engagement of local people to clean it up, to maintain everything. So local people engaged, So these are happening nowadays. And this was my initial time of sketches, I was dreaming and dreaming. So I'm so lucky as an architect, I found it came to reality. And this is the last building, belongs to the political party. It was hard for me to get them out, but finally, a lot of conversation and pressure from different ways from the community, they moved out, and then we converted this building to stop the ball to hit the building, the glasses, new glasses. So this is how we converted building into community library, community gymnasium, women's club, and there is a weekend school on rooftop with a solar panel. And you can see the children are enjoying the library, and the young and other people. And last but not least, the drinking water, which is a gift from the community to the free of cost. And we have that building. There is a huge filtering system which is coming to collect the water and giving every day. So now this is it's a major source of water on the whole area, and who is not getting water, people are coming here queuing, long queue, in summer particularly, to take the water. And of course we gone through, you can see the top view, the earlier view and the later view, and these are the things we also looked into it. And our whole philosophy was, let's make the giggling of the children music for our community. This is the way we can, why we do all the things. Whatever we do, is a teacher, is a doctor, is an architect, the only purpose to ensure our children will grow safely and happily. You think it's the only purpose. Everyone here is basically, if not parents, they will be parents one day, and they'll be same way thinking our children will grow safely and happily. So let the children giggling a music for our city. The last is this is why I call, my book name is Old Dhaka New Story. I call New Dhaka a new twilight, Old Dhaka a new twilight. And this is the 3 minutes video. I'll end my lecture. I'm sorry, maybe I've taken enough more time. I'm not sure. We received a United Nations award. That's why this video has been done for them.
এক সময় এই জায়গার অবস্থাটা খুবই খারাপ ছিল। এখানে গাজার আড্ডা হইতো, বৃষ্টি হলে পানি জমে থাকতো, এর মধ্যে ময়লা, ড্রেনের ময়লা ভাসতো, মানুষ কোনোভাবেই এখানে আসতে পারতো না। এলাকার স্থানীয় যারা বসবাস করে তারাও এখানে আসতে ভয় পাইতো, কারণ বিভিন্ন ধরনের ক্রাইম হইতো। আজকে আমরা মহিলারা, মেয়েরা এখানে আসতে পারতেছি, ইজিলি লাইব্রেরি আছে, বসতে পারতেছি, নিচে মহিলা মহল আছে। এখন আমরা যে কোনো সময় ইচ্ছে করলে আসতে পারতেছি, বসতে পারতেছি, রাতেও আসতে পারি আমরা।
এখানে একটা সুপেয় পানির ব্যবস্থা করা হয়েছে এলাকাবাসীর জন্য, যেটা জীবাণু মুক্ত, দূষণ মুক্ত পানি। এই পানিতে এলাকার প্রতিটা লোক এইখান থেকে পানি নিয়ে খায়।
আজকে 27 বছর যাব আমরা দৌড়াইতেছি, কিন্তু এটা হয় না।
এটা নিয়ে অনেক মারামারি কাটাকাটি হয়েছে এবং লোকও মারা গেছে এই মাঠে। এখন অনেক সুন্দর হয়েছে, আগের থেকে অনেক সুন্দর। অনেক লোকজন আসা যাওয়া করে, বসে নামাজ টামাজ পরে এই বেঞ্চে বসে দেখার মতন। হ্যাঁ, আগে তো আমাদের এরকম ছিল না। হ্যাঁ, এখন ছেলেগুলোরা খেলতে পারে, 2টা মাঠ হয়েছে, একটা বড় জন্য খেলে, ছোট জন্য খেলে। আমরা বিকেলবেলা এসে একটু ঘুরতে পারি, বসতে পারি, কোনো ঝগড়া নেই, লড়াই নেই। আমরা সবাই মিলেমিশে একসঙ্গে চলাফেরা করি। আগের থেকে অনেক উন্নতি হয়েছে, অনেক অনেক।
Locally recorded.
স্কুল থেকে এসে সারাদিন বাসায় বসে থাকতাম, হবার মাঠটা অনেক সুন্দর করার পর আমরা খেলতে পারি।